Hello and welcome all to episode 61 of the Spooky Horror Show podcast. I'm your host, Sean. I'm joined again by Anthony. And as a reminder, this season's movie list was solely chosen based on box art. We're going to be judging whether or not the film is as good or bad as the box art makes it seem, and whether or not we even like the film. Today, we are going to be talking about 2017's Italian zombie film, The End? Yes, that upward inflection is needed because it's the end ? Now,
yeah, it's in the title. There's a literal question mark in the title.
I was looking on, and I can't find, I'd have to get my laptop because it's open on there. I was trying to see like who's who because almost no one on IMDb has photos.
The profile? Oh, well, that means they probably never went
They have
anywhere.
the profile. There's just no photos to them. So it was like I was having to look up, and I found one of the actresses. I forget what the site is, but it basically has all her credits. This is actually called The End, and then something like What's Happening Outside. What's like, what the fuck? Yeah, dude, it's so people really need to think about the titles of their shit.
And they didn't even tell you when they got outside, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's bad. Before we get into everything, I want to take care of a little bit of housekeeping. Remember, if you want to support us on YouTube, you can like, subscribe, leave a comment. All of that helps us with the algorithm and engagement. You can also follow and rate us on any and all podcast services. We're on everything. It helps with visibility and charting. As always, links are in the description. If you don't want to go to the description, you're just watching the video, say, on a computer, because it's probably easier on a computer. We have the QR code right below us in the lower third, and you can just scan that, and it'll take you to everything that is us.
The links.
Now that is out of the way, Anthony, how was your week been?
I fucking hate when you ask these questions. It was, I mean, we were actually steady. It wasn't busy. Like, we didn't make any money, but there was like, we all had something to work on for enough time to get us to like 3.
Well, what have you been doing at home? Any more housework? Have you been thinking about like set deck for the set decoration, like the wall behind you?
Oh yeah, no, I do. I want to end up putting a couple of the stands. You can actually like, put it to the wall and have it like coming from the wall and like hanging and stuff. So yeah,
because like, does that LED light even work anymore?
Yeah, I had enough lighting today.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I haven't seen you turn that on in like probably since the last time you streamed on Twitch.
It's honestly, it's a Five Below light, so I don't like to keep it on for long periods. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't need it melting on me or some shit, catching fire.
I get it.
It's a $5 LED at a very questionable store, so.
Yeah, I still have. I still have this, the on air.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Thing, but I have nowhere to put it. I'm thinking of doing like a complete redesign. I'm just gonna throw this on the couch. I'm thinking of doing like not a full redesign because my office is like really small, but just drawing up plans and like taking measurements of every single thing I have so I can figure out a good layout. Because no matter what, the table needs to be here. 16-year wedding anniversary is next week. All of the 15th was spent with chemo treatments. Oh my god. So we were like, all right, let's do stuff. So it was New Kids on the Block, Paula Abdul, and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
That's a good lineup.
Yeah, Paula still got it. New Kids, good. It's good. It's catchy fucking music. DJ Jazzy Jeff is good. The wife was like, if there's something she wanted, she's like, you have to get a shirt. I was like, fine, I'll get a New Kid shirt. I didn't get a New Kid shirt. I got a DJ Jazzy Jeff shirt. But it's still from the tour, so it's like it's fine. As much as I love Jonathan Knight and his HGTV shows, I don't need a boy band faces on my
shirt.
I don't need that.
Aww.
Oh, but I think I texted you yesterday. So for some reason yesterday I was famous. Not for anything I did. I was stopped a couple times so people can take photos with me.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't look like anybody.
Nope. I am a very nondescript white guy.
But why? But the bigger question is, why did you take the photos anyways?
I didn't give a shit.
Oh,
It's
dude,
like,
that's so fucking weird.
yeah, dude, they were so fucking drunk that like these people, can we take a picture with you? Can we take a picture with you? I'm like, sure.
Oh my god.
Like the wife turned around and the people we were with were like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, sure, man. So I got booze in my hand and everything and take like and stuff like that. So it's when they sober up today and they go to look
and
through
they see
their
this
reel.
random fucking red pasty motherfucker.
Yeah. It's gonna be fucking
Who the fuck
hilarious.
is this guy?
Yeah.
And why is he playing along?
Yeah. So that was fun. But yeah.
Finding
So
out
I watched this like Thursday night and I stayed up till 2 writing it. I didn't like it. So we're gonna get through production facts, talk about the thumbnail, box art thing, run through plot, and then boy do I have a lot of complaints at the bottom of this. So let's get into production facts. The End? Question mark. Was directed by
The End?
These are all very Italian names, so I'm gonna try my best to pronounce them. It was directed by
Claudio. Wasn't it Claudio the guy's name?
Yeah, Claudio,
Ronaldo, yeah.
A
lot of
Marta.
O's.
Yeah. The End was directed by Daniele Mizzacchia? Possibly. I don't know. It was also written by Daniele and Cristiano Ciccotti. I think that's all right. It stars Alejandro Roja, Carolina Crescenti, and Claudio Camilli. That's about all the information that there is. It was filmed in 2017.
We might not have a lot because it's a foreign film.
Yeah, thank God. Thank fucking God. Let's get some background on why the main character was so fucking rapey the entire fucking movie.
Douchebag.
Anthony, what are your thoughts on the box art?
Honestly, it reminded me of what was that movie, Devil or something, that M. Night Shyamalan, that one with the elevator. I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't even think it was going to be a zombie movie. I thought it had more to do like a supernatural type of thing. You know, the elevator, he's kind of like, going like towards the opening. So I thought it was something like that. Then it turned out to be zombies. I'm like, it's a dude in a fucking elevator with zombies. Like, you're pretty much good.
Well, no.
You're good.
It's a dude in an elevator with zombies outside that can't get in.
Yeah, like, I was like, you're good. Stop freaking out. You're good. You just need to wait till somebody comes to help you. But I was thrown back by what it was, so.
Yeah. No,
and not in a good way.
I think the box art was really good. They don't really show anything, but elevator, blood running down the door, the same font for it, where it's like in the box art that says "The End." The End is the same font of the title that comes up at the end of the film that I was telling you about. That like once he got out, like, did you get to the scene at the bridge?
When do I get to the scene? He had like what looked like milk in his fucking hand. I was like,
okay,
you gonna drink apocalyptic milk? Like, I was like, bro. He's like checking it, like the date and shit. Like, first off, this hasn't been years
like
in the
2
making. All right,
what are you doing?
No, not even. He went to work that day, and maybe one day went by, maybe 6-7 hours, and he's like looking at this milk on the floor. I'm like, you have dead fucking people around me, and you're just gonna take a random fucking milk bottle.
I know at some point they showed outside and it was nighttime, so I'm gonna say at least a day went by.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He wasn't there for a year.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
fucking,
it is fucking wild. But like the photo, like the box art looked good. You know, it
was deceiving.
Just the title is so fucking bad, because if you just type in "The End," a ton of shit comes up.
I went to Tubi, I just typed in "The End," and that was the only thing that came up.
I typed in "The End" and I got 5 different results. I had to add the question mark to get it. Yeah,
just to get it to work.
Yeah,
wow, that sucks.
But then if you just type in "The End" movie in like Google and shit, this doesn't even come up.
Oh wow.
You have to type in "The End question mark Italian movie," and then stuff for this will come up.
That's so bad.
Yeah. So it's
Tubi.
You need to fix your fucking titling, because it's awful. But that's not the only thing they need to fix. They need to fix how they fucking write characters in Italy, because God fucking damn it.
This script was very hard.
Yeah. And now we're gonna head into spoilers so we can hit this plot.
Spoilers.
So the film opens with and let me know if you felt this too, a very jarring jump cut from the production company's logo, like their stinger, directly into frantic, like a hustle and bustle stock footage B-roll of Italy. It was like here's the company that made it. Oh, cars are driving everywhere. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was. It
put you on
the edge real quick.
But you're not
like
telling
I
me
said,
anything.
there was a lot of stuff I would have liked to know. Like, as in, oh yeah, we'll get into it. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that just like you have a lot of gaps.
So, as we're getting all this really shitty B-roll, it legitimately looks like stock footage. Like the filmmakers could have 100% gone out and filmed this stuff themselves. I doubt they did. I'm pretty sure this is all just fucking B-roll. Like stock footage. But our main character, Claudio, comes out of an elevator, out a door, and is picked up by his new driver, Ricardo. He's confused because a guy named Stefano is supposed to pick him up, but instead Stefano sent Ricardo in his place.
We don't know why that's relevant.
Yeah, because we don't know who the fuck these people are.
No, there's no story.
He's driving him to work. The streets are just covered in traffic. Again, none of this is really explained. We get a little bit in a minute about they're like, oh, fucking residents went crazy at the Capitol or something like that. And then it's just
so
he's like,
vague.
Can you turn the radio off? And he's like, okay. And he turns the radio off. Claudio's supposed to be like a successful businessman, right?
I don't know about successful. He seems like the office douche, like one of those dudes.
Yeah, but he's the head douche.
By.
That's
like
the
I said,
thing.
kind of skates by, but we don't know anything. Once again,
why did he come out of a building that looks like it should be condemned?
Funding?
You could have filmed him walking out of like a hotel or something like that and like not pay, just like have him like nice doors and shit. Instead, they have him come out of some place that looks like that's where you would take someone to like kill them without being noticed.
Yeah.
The door was disgusting. The streets were gross. There was graffiti all over the walls. This guy is supposed to be like a successful businessman. He runs a team. He's got this big meeting to bring the company even more money. And he's coming out of something that looks like it should have been condemned. It was just so weird. Because I was like, oh, is he the reason
at the
this is happening?
The end scene too. There was that when he's walking on the bridge. It's like the whole thing looked like it was decrepit and fucking all tagged up and shit.
It's just so weird. To his driver, he seems to be coming off as a dick. What I'm getting
is.
We find out that he is, but originally it just looks like he's like super stressed out about the presentation he needs to make to this dude. It's a big client that they're trying to land, and he has to do this presentation. So it's like he's trying to focus on this. The new drivers are like, hey, I'm going into finance. Can you help me? And he's like, I'm fucking reading. Yeah, dude, like, please
he's
stop.
A dick.
So it seems more like he's just super stressed and over his head. During the drive, Ricardo has the radio on. We start to get like drip fed the havoc, I guess, that's starting to unfold, but not really. From what I was able to grab, because this is all in Italian, so I have to like pick up very quick bits from subtitles. The night before, there were riots at the Capitol, so a bunch of roads have been closed off, which is why we have the traffic that they're sitting in. Claudio has him turn off the radio just as the broadcaster says that like dozens of people have been reported missing. He gets to work. As he walks in, we bump into the cute little trainee Sylvia. She has a cup of coffee for him. Claudio is apparently likes her and says to her to have Sarah, who I think is someone else on his team, probably like a second in command or something like that, to talk to Sarah about getting her put on his team because he likes a go-getter.
He wants a go-getter, all right.
Yeah. As he's talking to Sylvia, Marta comes walking by. He notices her and then follows after her. So he's trying to put his dick in Sylvia, and now he's running after Marta because he probably wants to put his dick into her. He catches up with her as she gets into the elevator just before the doors close. Once they close and they start going up, this is when you realize.
And he gets all like fucking handsy and cocky.
Fucking Claudio is a fucking scumbag. He is a rapey douchebag. Apparently, at some point, him and Marta were sleeping together. She called it quits. She doesn't want to do it. She's with someone. They're getting married. Claudio doesn't care. He throws her up against the wall and starts groping
the shit out of her,
telling her basically that like,
oh, you know you want it.
She wants this. And this is where like a light bulb went off in my head.
What?
We've seen a couple of Italian-made movies,
horror films. Yeah.
All of the like male characters in those films are like
rapey.
rapey douchebags. Is this just what like Italians consider like men?
The bad guys are always
like,
rapey?
Well, if you want pussy, just take it. Fuck her. It doesn't matter that she's with a man. You want her pussy, you take her pussy. Is this the this isn't like 1970 where it's like some schoolgirl's coming on to a guy and he's like, I don't know. And she's like, well, I mean, I'll suck your dick.
Didn't they make that guy Paulo in front? They made that guy Paulo in Friends a fucking like a massive scumbag trying to screw all of them. And he was Italian.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm just, as I'm watching this, it just like dawned on me. I don't like Italian made films. I don't like the characters. I don't like how people are portrayed.
Disconnect. Yeah, there's a disconnect in what we're used to that.
Like I said, if this wasn't made so recently, I could probably be like, oh, well, it was a different time. But no, this is like the time. Like, you know that shit's just not okay. Like, you know it's not okay. Like, there's no reason to fucking do that. And this is the main character. You're supposed to root for this guy. You're like, okay, well, maybe they'll find some way.
I was rooting for that scene to end a different way than it did.
Yep.
I really was. I was like, yes, it's going to end.
I do believe, and I have it written in my final thoughts, that there is a better way that they could have ended it, where you do have this guy as the main character the whole time.
Well, he is the main character the whole time.
Well, no, I'm saying like they could have ended it, like they could have done the movie a different way where he still was the main character until like the end.
And not be stuck in a fucking elevator?
She says no. He keeps forcing himself on her. She keeps making her like, absolutely not. I don't want to do anything with you anymore.
We're done.
And she even goes like, I'm getting married. And then he goes, I've been married for 5 years.
Yeah,
like,
it's such a
never stopped
me. Prick, man.
I'm like, what the fuck? Then she grabs him by the cock and just twists it to get her point across.
Well deserved.
She gets off the elevator. As she gets off and is walking away, he's just like grabbing his dick. He's more turned on. He's 100%. Like, if this didn't go a certain way, he was 100% gonna rape her. Like, there's no doubt in my mind.
He stopped the elevator and everything.
Yeah, like, no. So the elevator starts going back up. He gets a call. I think the call was from his wife. I'm not completely sure because in all the voiceovers, everyone sounds exactly the fucking same.
Yeah, so, but I think that was his wife trying to talk to him, and then it gets the other phone call later.
Yeah, because they're talking, and then the elevator just stops, and I think he dropped his phone, ending the call. I think that's what happened.
And fucked up his screen.
Yeah, so now he's stuck between the 6th and 7th floor. I think that's what it was. And somehow still getting calls inside this elevator. They have good reception apparently in Italy.
And I could have swore somebody said later on that there was no service or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, how does his phone work? Consistency, people.
Plot armor, I guess. I don't know. Oh, what's going on? He's super annoyed. Yeah, I think it's not Sylvia. Is it Sarah? I think it's Sarah that calls him because I think she's already upstairs with the guy that they're supposed to meet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because the wife is Lorena.
Yeah,
Lorena or something.
So Sarah's like, where are you? And he's like, I'm stuck in the elevator. I need you to send someone to get me. There's actually a couple of calls like that. I'll probably skip them because she keeps calling back and doesn't believe that he's stuck in the elevator. So he's just like banging on the door, screaming that clearly he's in there. And she's like, why the fuck are you yelling? And he's like, there's someone outside the fucking elevator. And I'm telling them I need help, and they're not answering. So she hangs up, and apparently, if you just mash the 10th floor button, you get maintenance, and maintenance will call you back on the intercom. That's what he was doing. He just kept mashing that 10th floor button, and then all of a sudden, the maintenance dude would call him back. What's going on? He tells him he's stuck, and he's like, "All right, I'll send some guys to go look at it." They go. There's some more calls, and then it's still not fixed. And he calls the maintenance dude back, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, I've been. It's starting to be like he's like freaking out elevator and moving his tie around. And I think this is when the wife was watching with me, and like she just decided, like, she's like, "Nah, I'm done. This is stupid." Because I was watching this, and I'm like, why is he acting like there's no oxygen in this fucking elevator?
He's having a panic attack.
But he's not, because he's perfectly fine. Like.
Oh, amped up.
It's like you like, why are you? I can understand sweating because it's probably just hot, but there's nothing airtight about this. There's plenty of air in elevators.
Yeah.
I've never
And
fucking understood that.
The door is slightly open.
Maintenance guy decides to give him the phone number for the dudes that he has like on.
After not realizing that he can just give a phone number to him.
Yeah, are they? Yeah, the generators are on the 10th floor.
Yeah, they were all the way at the top, you said.
Yeah, so not the roof, but there's roof access to get down. So he gives these guys a call, and they're like, yeah, it's the generator. We're going to try to fix it and stuff. There might be a reset, and then everything will go. And he's like, I don't fucking care if it's a reset. Just fucking fix it to get me off the elevator. And it's like, dude, this is not how you talk to people.
You're not going to get any help that way.
If you were talking to me like that, as I'm trying to fix this for you, you're the only one that's in the elevator that's causing this problem. I'd wait a couple of hours. Like,
just let you sweat it out.
Yep. Yeah, guys, it's not working. Sorry, dude. It's like, oh, but you'll be fired for that. I don't fucking care because I don't want to deal with this fucking asshole.
Yeah. You're not worth the time.
The guy that's working with the other, like the maintenance guy that he's on the phone with, comes running up yelling, and they look. We don't see it. We hear on the phone a bunch of growling, and then they're attacked. That call is dropped.
Yeah.
He's confused, so he calls the maintenance guy back.
Maintenance guy,
annoyed. Yeah. And the maintenance guy's like, what's going on? Tells him. Not that it sounded like they were attacked by someone. All he said was, yeah, they were saying something about the generator. You heard them get attacked. You heard them scream, dude, run. And you're like, nah, all they said was the generator. It's like, no, they were attacked by something.
Talk about one-track mind. Yeah, you're not getting that generator, buddy. They're not risking their life for you, just you there, pal.
So what I like about this is the maintenance dude is like, oh, yeah, I told them those generators aren't good. They're not going to really work. You know, I'm just the old guy. They don't listen to me. He's like, I don't fucking care. Just get me the fuck out of here. So he's like, all right, I'll go check it out. I want to let everyone know at this point, we are 20 minutes into this film.
And bored out of my fucking mind.
There are no zombies. We haven't seen a single fucking zombie.
You have no idea what this movie's about still.
Yeah.
Up until this point.
All we know is this dude is a douchebag, and there's no possible reason given so far as to why he should survive. At this point, he's a little annoyed. He decides to try to pry the doors open. He manages to get it open like a little bit, enough to get like his head out.
And I still think he could have fucking made it. I mean, in a panic, you could have definitely made that. I would have hurt my nuts trying to squeeze through there if I need. Yeah.
Yeah, he just turned sideways.
We gotta talk about that other stupid bitch, Sylvia, whatever the fucking name was.
Sylvia trying to go in fucking, she's like
awkwardly and shit. Yeah, like talk about a fucking a square and a round hole. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What is it? Yeah, so he gets it open. He looks up. The entire movie, I thought there was like a paintbrush or something stuck there. It wasn't. But the entire movie, I was like, oh, there's a paintbrush stuck in the door. He starts calling out for help, and the floor is completely empty. He heard someone calling out for help. Like, he heard someone outside the door when he was calling for help, right?
Yeah, but that was a while ago. Before the door opened.
Yeah, but it wasn't that long ago. Where the fuck did the zombies go?
That long to find whoever else was left.
So in Italy, there were no doors on like stairwells. Yeah, like they don't know how to open doors, you know. So
the zombies?
So they should all be there. It's like, even if it walked away a little bit, he stuck his head out and he screamed as loud as he could for help.
So something
would have came, but nothing came at all.
That's fucking, it's funny.
Some time passes. He can't get through the doors because, God forbid, you turn sideways to squeeze through an opening.
I'm sorry. I would have made it through that if I needed to.
Yeah. This is when his wife calls. Apparently, she's scared because someone's trying to break into their house or apartment, whatever. And she's asking like who it is as they're banging on the door, and they won't answer. Trying to calm her down. He tells her to call the police on the landline phone, and he'll stay on the cell phone with her while she calls him to make sure that she stays calm. She tells him that the lines are down. So he goes, okay, well then call on your cell phone and then call me back.
Like, no, the lines are down.
What does this idiot not understand about the lines are down?
I thought the same thing as the phone lines are down. Like there's no service. Like means as in the emergency number is down. Like when you call it, it's not working.
But it's like, even still, she called the police. We already know that she called the police because she said that she's already tried to call them, but the lines are down. Do you think she didn't try to call the police on her cell phone before trying to call you? You don't think she did that?
Maybe he doesn't give her enough credit.
I mean, he's fucking sucking and fucking his way through the office, so probably not. Because you find out that like they had I don't know if it was like in the absolute beginning at some point, but because again, like they're all speaking Italian and everyone kind of sounds the same. I think at some point he was fighting with her about milk, about a liter of milk or something like that. Because he says it to like a cop later that the last conversation like or whatever like this morning he fought with her about milk or something like that. But yeah, so it sounds like that eventually they're going to make their way into the house apartment thing. So he tells her, lock herself in the bathroom, and he'll call Stefano to go over and make sure that she's safe. She asks why he can't come home, and Claudio calmly tells her, I'm still stuck in the elevator. Like, I can't fucking go anywhere. And when I get out, I still have to go to this meeting and everything. So already he's kind of a scumbag prioritizing this job over his wife's safety, but he doesn't really care about his wife because he's fucking every attractive woman in his office.
Person there.
So yeah, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Walking hard on
this section right here. This is what makes me immediately knock this movie down from a 3 out of 5 to a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
The entire time he's talking to all these people, because next he's going to call Claudio.
Why didn't he call the cops?
Not Claudio. Next he's going to call Stefano to go check on his wife. Right. So the call with his wife, the call with Stefano, and then I think Sarah calls one more time because I think with the call with Sarah, he's like, I don't care what you have to do. You keep him nailed down in that office.
Yeah.
He's pacing the elevator. And there are certain times when he stops, the camera, the view from the camera, like his head completely blocks the opening to the elevator.
Yeah.
Why the fuck were there no zombie scares there? That is
like
the
I said, it was
fucking
boring.
time.
It just didn't have a lot. It didn't have anything to help you get through this fucking movie.
While like all of this is like this is the dumbest fucking thing because the first time you see a zombie is when he's like, oh, there's stuff going on. Oh, people are running by. Oh, it's Marta. Oh, there's zombies. Ah, you have the perfect thing. It's a high stress situation. He's trying to talk to people. He's trying to make sure that his wife is safe. He's trying to get the fuck out of this elevator. You have him walking around in this small fucking room where the opening, you can see when he's walking, you can see straight down the hallway. It's like from the elevator, there's, as soon as you go out the doors,
there's a giant hallway,
and then
there's another hallway.
Yeah, and then there's hallways straight down with offices on the side, and then at the end of that, another hallway going that. It's a giant uppercase I. When his head is blocking it, you could have immediately, like, it's there, he's blocking it. As he walks away, someone's standing all the way at the end of the thing, of the hallway, not even looking at him at first. Yeah. And every time, it's like he walks by, he blocks it again. He's talking to someone. They turn and they're just looking.
He goes up, and he goes up, and when he looks through it, why didn't anything jump out then?
Yeah. There's so many like good scares that could have. Could you imagine this film, how you would have felt if like he's sitting there and like he's telling Sarah to keep that client in that fucking office, and then he walks away and all of a sudden there's a fucking zombie with their head in there and he's like,
or just watching him,
and he like turns around
creepily
like,
watching him.
Right?
Yeah.
That would have been fucking dope. Instead, we don't get that because what we get is he then calls Stefano and asks him to go check on his wife, but to make sure that he calls him before he knocks on the door so that he can call his wife and let her know, like, hey, it's Stefano.
There's someone there, yeah.
Then we also get a second call with his wife where she tells him that she saw on TV that people were going crazy and they're saying it's a terrorist attack. Is she watching Fox News? Like the migrants are coming or something?
Yeah.
What you're implying by saying like, oh, these people are just going crazy. Those are citizens that are there that are now going crazy. That wouldn't be a terrorist attack. That would mean that you would have a whole bunch of fucking people, giant fucking cells that are just taking over the entire fucking, like, that's so fucking dumb. This isn't fucking Red Dawn. This is so stupid. It's fucking lazy.
And they still didn't give you anything at this point.
Nope. It's right now he starts to hear screams and people go running past him.
That's a really long time from the start of this to now.
Because now we're about 35-40 minutes in. And the movie's about an hour and 40 minutes, I think, right?
Hour and 41.
Yeah. So you got that shit there. You're like, motherfucker.
Fuckers.
So as all these people are running by, of course, Marta falls on the floor and right outside the elevator, and she turns and sees Claudio. She begs for his help, and he tries. He does try to like get her in.
Yeah. But
she's
they're both
pulled
idiots.
away. She's like yanked away from him, screaming. And then it goes completely quiet. There's no sounds of flesh eating. There's more
nothing.
screaming. There's no zombie moans. Nothing. It's just quiet. What the fuck kind of a zombie movie is this? I don't get this.
It gives you nothing. There's no suspense. It's just this dude freaking out in the fucking elevator and you guessing what's going on.
It's like now 2 zombies appear and try to get into the elevator until they're distracted by another survivor running away down the hall. I would assume that at some point either this hallway would be completely filled with zombies,
yeah,
or they chase them down a stairwell, which would mean that the door most likely closed behind them, so then the zombies wouldn't be able to get back in. So then how the fuck do zombies keep getting in? Like, this is what
again,
this is the
they don't give you anything.
Sense.
Yeah, they don't give you any kind of background or give you any other scenes than the fucking one that's in the elevator. You don't even get one that's like a scene showing into the elevator. It's just basically that one, and the only other scene I remember is when the chick, I think, ran into the other office to try to that was it. It's all fucking elevator.
Stefano calls him to let him know he's on his way, and then it sounds like he's attacked. It sounds like gunshots.
It could have been.
So I think he was probably trying to kill people that were trying to attack him, but then it goes silent, so he's most likely dead. The maintenance guy calls him from the intercom again and tells him that he's heading to the 10th floor. He's going to go check on it. And now with everything that's happened, he doesn't give him a heads up like, hey, those guys were attacked by something. They might be like in trouble. And then that guy is killed. Claudio now suddenly worried for his wife's safety, not from STDs that he's probably just fucking collecting.
No, fast and loose, my man, fast and loose.
Yeah. He calls her, but there's no answer. Then Sarah calls him, and she tells him she's locked somewhere, but then I think she's about to tell him where she's locked up, but then a zombified Marta grabs him, like trying to like rip his face off. He manages to get away from from her, and he wrestles the railing at a place. At first I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
It's taking apart this elevator really easy. Yeah, it's taking apart really easy.
Then I realized it's kind of like a what is it called? Like a curtain rod and everything.
That's a big ass curtain rod.
No. What I'm saying is like it's kind of like that, or like a washcloth holder in like a bathroom.
Oh, so it's easy to pull off.
Where like the pipe is like in, and you tighten it down. So to get it loose, you'd basically just like wiggle it a lot, and it'll like slide out, and you could do that, which is what he does to give himself his own little makeshift bow staff, and then he like beats her in the face with it until she's dead.
I'm sorry, okay. I had to laugh at that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, okay. He starts to clean the blood from his face, all the while staring into Marta's lifeless eyes, because she's just staring at him. She's like mean mugging him as a corpse. So he uses his makeshift bow staff to just like kind of push her out of the way, like out of sight, out of mind. He's just like, nope.
I don't gotta worry about this anymore. Go away.
Yeah. As he begins using his business proposal to cover up the blood on the
floor
wall.
Why are you doing that? What does it matter?
Because he's having, I think this is where he's kind of having like a loose panic attack. He notices Sylvia trying to sneak by.
Oh, okay.
He tries to get the doors open more,
doofy
but it won't budge. He accidentally drops the railing, alerting nearby zombies, and
he's like, I'm sorry. They're still not gonna keep me alive.
Yeah, he tries to help her get in
and fails.
She's rail fucking thin.
Yeah, and she tries to get in like this, not side to side, like this. Why?
She's
and
like
why are you putting your feet first in?
She's like the size of like Shelley Duvall as olive oil. Rest in peace, Shelley Duvall. She just died. So yeah, like why is she trying to get her skinny ass through this door as a fucking linebacker? Why the fuck didn't she turn herself sideways and slip into that opening like a piece of paper under a door? I just don't get it. It just didn't make sense. At no point, like I can understand her like freaking out, like, oh God, but like both of them freaking out. Like he has to go, stop, turn, let me help you through, and then she would have gotten in. No, Instead, she doesn't. So she runs around the zombies, and then they try to get into the I think it's a zombie tries to get in. Claudio is about to attack when Sylvia comes in swinging a golf club, clubbing this dude's head, caving this dude's head in. It doesn't matter because more zombies come and drag her away and kill her. A bearded dude comes wandering down the hallway with a desk lamp as a weapon. And then he tries to squeeze into the elevator. And now Claudio is just like, look, I've already tried to get 2 people into this fucking elevator and it's just not working. He's like, bruh, just...
How about getting me out?
Either get me out or just go someplace else, right? It's just not going to be good. Just go someplace else. I think he even says, like, look, I'm stuck here. Your best option is just be quiet. But no, this dude dies. We finally meet Sarah. She's cute as hell, and she's running down the hallway towards the elevator, seeing Claudio. I guess now she realizes that he really is, like, locked inside this elevator.
There, yeah, like, why would I fucking make this up? I'm sitting in a goddamn... All of this is going on. I want to fucking be stuck here, which is a good thing.
Claudio calls out from the elevator and tells her to get in, but she's surrounded by zombies. She tries to get into one of the offices, and Claudio tries to draw their attention like away from Sarah, but they want Sarah. He like tries throwing his like watch at them to like get, but nope.
Which was a terrible throw.
Yeah, there's fresh meat right in front of them. They want that.
Oh yeah.
She does not manage to get the door closed, so they push their way into the room. The door shuts behind them, and then blood pours out from under the door. Now, like I said, they are not able to open the door.
So they're all stuck in it. None of them came out.
None of them ever came out.
No.
So how the fuck are all these zombies getting onto this floor and getting off? That all the noise that's happening, they're not just all congregated right fucking there. It just doesn't make sense.
They would. I would figure they would have to be there.
That's like a logical fucking thing, but it just doesn't happen like that.
Anything on that floor could have heard them.
At some point, Claudio manages to get through to his wife. He's freaking out now because he's watching all these people die, but she calms him down before the zombies break into her house and we guess kill her because she's screaming, and then the line cuts. The zombies come back. We now hear some gunshots, and we meet Marcelo, a cop who I guess lost contact with his team. I'm not completely sure.
I think they died. Well, I think they all died, and he made it out.
He says that like he came in alone, but then later there's other cops running on that floor. So it's like
like he didn't see him call for backup or nothing.
Yeah, because he said like he can't get through to the main. So it's like I'm assuming he came in with the team and then he got separated from the team, but I don't know. After making sure Claudio isn't infected, they devise a plan to get the power turned back on so that they can get the fuck out of there. So Marcelo gives him his spare radio and his pistol and tells him that he needs to lead him up to the generator. And if any zombies try to get in, just aim and shoot. The entire time Claudio is holding this gun, he's pointing it at himself. He's pointing it at him. His finger is on the trigger. I'm like, what the?
This dude's not correcting him. I'm like, this dude's gonna blow his fucking head off.
It's like you're big into guns and you've had a bunch of guns. I only have the one gun. I love my gun, but it's like the very first thing, like you said and like everyone else says, is like, you don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to pull the trigger, and never pointed at someone.
Never pointed at anything. You only pointed at something to kill it. That's it.
Yeah, you pointed the thing you're going to kill. So the fact that he's got his finger on the trigger and he's just like, yeah, so it's like, you want to go this way. It's like, what do you do? Like, and he's supposed to be a cop. At no point does he, like, it would have been so funny if while he's doing this, Marcelo just goes like, don't point it unless you're gonna shoot it. Like, at least that would have made it like a little funny, but no, we don't get any of that. So he tells him that since he obviously can't take the elevator, he can take the stairs to go up. So Marcelo kills a couple of more zombos and makes it to the 10th floor, but he can't get in because it's blocked by a shit ton of furniture. Claudio tells him that if he goes back down to the 9th floor, he can go through that onto scaffolding that'll take him up to the roof, and then he can get down that way.
Yeah, they were doing work in, I think it's boss's office or some shit.
Yeah, so they switch plans, and he decides to head that way. He manages to get the generator turned back on. The door still won't open.
No, that wasn't the problem.
Yeah, but now with some light, Claudio can actually see what's going on. He finds something is actually blocking the door, and this is when Marcelo is attacked over the radio, and then that goes silent. I hate that there's so much like
off
shit.
Screen.
I'm fine with some things happening off screen, but you gotta have more shit happen on screen. Like, it's a zombie movie. Like, why is everything happening off screen? That's so fucking stupid. It makes it, like you said, it makes it boring. It's boring. So fucking boring.
The whole time I'm like, this isn't very fun to watch at all.
Marcelo's radio goes quiet because he's attacked, and this is when we see more cops running through the end of the hall as they're shooting
at the end of the hallway, going in the direction of the other cop.
So it's like, where did those cops come from? Where did those zombies come from? Like, what? Like, if you're running, you run into an office building trying to get away from zombies, right? You're going floor to floor. Are you closing the doors behind you?
I would think so.
Or are you just like running, leaving the doors open to slow close with those fucking slow closing fucking actuators?
Yeah.
You know? Or are you like busting through and then slamming the door shut behind you if you're the last one in?
But he probably was just busting through and running.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Contemplating suicide, which is probably where you wish this movie ended.
I thought he was gonna do it. I'm like, yes, it's over.
More zombies try to make their way into the elevator, and at this point, yeah, they're trying to get in, but he's not shooting them. He's kind of like, ah. Marcelo begins banging on the top of the elevator to be let in. Claudio struggles to get it open. I don't know if those hatches are actually hard to get open, but it also looked like he was trying to pry it open instead of just pushing it up. It's I don't know. I don't know what Italian elevators are like. Yeah, I don't know.
Not an elevator technician.
But Marcelo passes down his shotgun, and then Claudio helps him get down. Marcelo ends up taking care of the zombies before needing to just sit down and rest, because Claudio can't be like trusted to get anything done the right way.
Anything done right, yeah.
Marcelo tells Claudio that he's been bitten. He's got a nice fucking chunk ripped out of his leg, and this is where they talk about their wives. Marcelo tells him how much he loves his wife and that she should be safe, because as all of this was happening,
to the safe space.
Yeah, he got her to a secure bunker,
which is good news for Claudio.
Yeah,
he knows that there might be a chance
that there are safe places. So Claudio tells him he heard zombies break into his house before they killed his wife.
They killed his wife, or suspected to kill his wife.
They were talking about, I don't remember what the fuck they were saying. But I think Claudio said something like, have you, because I don't think he said unfaithful. Like, have you ever been unfaithful to your wife?
No, he said something. He said it differently.
Yeah, he said it in some way that was like, it comes across as like artsy fartsy and shit.
Yeah. I don't remember how he exactly put it.
It's like, just say you cheated on your wife. Like, just say that, because that's what you did. It's not like, oh, did you ever
or something?
Like, hurt her everlasting feelings with poor decisions. Like, no, you fucked other women that weren't your wife.
This was a full conscious choice, yes.
But I love that Marcelo is just like, no, I've never done that.
No, I haven't. No. Yeah.
It's like, this dude should be the fucking, like, the hero
main
of this.
character, yeah.
And instead, we're stuck with this fucking rapey scumbag. Claudio admits that he's a cheater, pumpkin eater.
Claudio.
Marcelo tells Claudio he can feel that he's starting to change, and he wants him to shoot him twice in the head. When he falls asleep, he doesn't want to become a zombie. Claudio does
makes sense.
Not want to shoot.
Because he's a bitch.
Yep, he does not want to shoot Marcelo, so Marcelo fucking beats him in the face. And he's just like, oh, you're a dick. And it's like, fuck, god damn it. What is this writing? What is this? This is so fucking bad. Even if it's like a translation, the way that he was even performing it was kind of like, oh, stupid. It's like I hate it. More time passes, and Marcelo's bite begins, like the wound begins to fill with like a pus-like substance. This looked dope. The way like it just started to like fill in, like the infection was taken over. Yeah. Too bad we didn't see a whole lot of it. He then goes into a coughing fit. As Claudio goes to check on him, Marcelo turns and attacks him, trying to fight back. Claudio shoots himself in the leg like a dumbass before shooting Marcelo in the stomach. Then does he double tap him or triple tap him? Because I had noticed, like, it looked like he shot him twice, but if you pause on the frame, and I'll probably insert something here, you have the two bullet holes, and then there's like another thing like right here, but it doesn't look like a bullet hole, but it looks like there's something up and silver. So it's like, I don't know if that was supposed to be something, or they like, maybe it was like a marker for
glare
like an
or
effect or something. Yeah, I don't know. Claudio's phone begins to ring. He can't find it. Then he realizes it's under Marcelo's corpse. So he moves him out of the way to get it, and he realizes, like, he looks at it, he doesn't recognize the number, so he just fucking ignores it. Looking around outside the elevator, the unknown caller calls him back. Annoyed, Claudio answers, and it's his wife. Yay! She survived.
For her to be reunited with her fucking shitty husband.
Yeah, she managed to get out of the house, and there were soldiers there who killed the zombies that were trying to attack her, and then they took her someplace
to the safe space.
So yeah, they probably took her to the same place that Marcelo's wife is at. Before she can tell them where they
doesn't get cheated on.
Yeah. Before she can tell them where they took her. Yeah. Before she tells him where they took her, his phone dies, and now, with a new resolve, he manages to get that broken piece of elevator loose, and the door opens. Using Marcelo's corpse as a step stool, he grabs his jacket and his shotgun and climbs out of the elevator. You couldn't pull
yourself up? He couldn't pull himself up that he had to take this dude's dead corpse and do that?
Yep.
Like, weren't you climbing up already, like, earlier in the movie trying to escape?
Yep. Walking down the hallway, he stops to pick up his, looks at the door where Sarah was killed, and then, that happens. You would think zombies would be banging at the door.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
There's a lot of fucking noise.
There's nothing. He picks up his watch, he puts it on, he puts his jacket on, fixes his tie. It's like, I'm gonna survive. But then doesn't take the clear melee weapon. Tell me that broken piece of elevator didn't look like a fucking meat hook.
It was weird. It didn't look like anything that would go in there. I think it was just a random part.
I've had to loosely work on elevators. I've never seen a part that looks like that. I don't know what part that's supposed to be, but it definitely looked like if he put it between like his knuckles and everything, it could be a fucking meat hook, a good fucking melee weapon. But he didn't. So he heads down into the lobby, and he comes across a legless zombie crawling towards him. Goes to shoot.
Slow one.
The shotgun's empty. Does he now use the shotgun as a melee weapon, like a baseball bat?
No.
Nope. He kicks
like in
her head
every
in.
movie.
He kicks his head. He kicks her head in with the leg that he shot himself in.
Shot himself with.
Wouldn't that hurt? Like a lot. Like a lot.
I don't really feel like they addressed it that much.
He wrapped it. It was wrapped.
But they didn't refer to it.
And then he's kind of sort of limping. And then he's like, I'm going to kill you. And then stomps on her head a couple of times.
Instead of using the gun. The butt of the gun would have been the easiest way to do that.
I'm just like, have you never seen a zombie film? Like ever? I understand making some stupid mistakes, but there's some mistakes that are just really fucking dumb. After stomping her head in, he walks out of the building, looks around a little bit, and then just starts walking somewhere. We notice that the streets are pretty empty at this point.
Yeah, kind of like 28 Days.
Yeah, he makes his way to a bridge, which I can't wait for that next one.
I know,
because even the second one was good.
But what's his name is coming back?
Well,
Murphy,
I know
Cullen Murphy, or whatever.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy. Because I'm pretty sure he's producing it too.
Oh, good.
So it's like, I do hope he comes back. I hope the chick comes back too. Just like because I always wanted to see what it was, and it's like I like the dude from the second one.
Oh yeah, because it was a different character.
So he's walking around this fucking empty fucking city, and he makes his way to a bridge. I don't know why this is where he's heading. It's not like Marcelo told him like
where to go. He just wandering.
Yeah. He was just walking. Because like you can't even say like, well, he was following the zombie corpses.
No,
because
they were like littered everywhere.
Yeah, there was like nothing there until you got to the bridge.
There's not a sign, go this way.
At the bridge, he finds a corpse holding onto a liter of milk. Get it? We're circling back around.
Like, why the fuck?
Remember they fought about him and his wife fought about a liter of milk. Now he has a liter of milk.
Oh my god.
See, he's gonna make up for all the things that he did, even though
that's disgusting. That
just before
that
he was gonna fucking rape that chick.
Yeah.
But whatever. He takes it from her. After he takes it, the zombie is not actually dead. It wakes up and starts very slowly making its way towards her, towards him, which is really weird because we've seen the zombies all
a lot faster so far.
Sprint towards everyone, which now if you did the reveal where there was a zombie in the hallway all the way at the end that is just standing there, hears him, and then another reveal, it's like looking at him, and then you do the final reveal where it's like head is in there and it's trying to get him, then this scene would make sense of the zombie slowly making her way towards him before like the lunge. But you didn't show that. The only shit you've shown with the zombies is like, ooh, people, I'm gonna eat it. That's all that you've shown.
Very
they look
short.
like rabid dogs. So it's like, this shit doesn't make sense. You fucked yourself by not doing like a cooler fucking reveal that way. But before it can slowly attack him, a sniper up on a rooftop takes it out. The snipers look through the scopes to check to see if Claudio is not a zombie. He starts waving his arms around, saying something.
Screaming.
Which also
screaming.
Yeah. The other thing
in the
that
middle
confused
of the fucking
me. What is pronto in Italian?
Quick.
Isn't
hurry.
that quick?
Yes, hurry.
Yeah.
Vamonos.
So how come every time he went pronto, it went hello?
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. I've noticed that recently. A lot of fucking subtitles are not like what they actually are saying.
I don't speak Italian. I'm not Italian. But we grew up on Staten Island. Like, there's nothing but Italians there. And they all act like they're from fucking Sicily and shit. Where they're like, hey,
Sicily is not Italian.
and shit like that. It's Italian. So I know a few Italian words.
They're all bad words.
Well, yeah, no. I know more Spanish bad words than I know Italian bad words. But I know enough to know that pronto means hurry up.
Yeah.
So every time he went pronto, I'm like, why is it saying hello?
I swear translations don't fucking go over well. We were watching some Korean film the other day that was like a zombie-ish type movie, and we're reading the subtext because it was in
The subtitles?
Subtitles, and we're reading it, and I'm like, that's not at all what the dubbed version said. What is this sentence?
Yeah.
And it's happening a lot lately on the fucking thing. Or like, instead of it being a music note, it'll be like a fucking a pound sign. We're like,
yeah.
Why is it a pound sign?
Dude, I don't know.
It's weird. It's weird.
But Claudio is screaming something that I don't even remember what he was screaming. All I remember is like when he was screaming it, it wasn't like I'm right here. It wasn't something like that. It was something stupid.
Help, yeah.
Yeah, it was something dumb and everything. But the camera begins to the sniper scene. They're like, oh yeah, no, he's not a zombie. And they don't like go down to like get him or anything. They just like put their guns down. And
come on.
like, all right. And it's like, all right. The camera begins to zoom out, which I'm assuming is a drone shot for like the distance that they got, and it reveals him standing on a bridge with like the city kind of fucked up, like you said at the beginning, just like all of the graffiti everywhere, buildings like broken, looking like they're falling apart, which like the zombies don't have guns or bazookas, so like how did parts of the buildings fall apart? That doesn't make any sense. But then as that's happening, the title of the film, The End ? Begins to fade in like into the scene before it cuts to black, and that is the end.
And I hope
of The End. Oh no, I'm sorry. That is the end of The End. Final thoughts, Anthony. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I don't give a shit. I don't care who goes first. I can go first if you want to. It had a potential to do more than what it did in a fucking elevator. It was extremely fucking boring. You don't want him to live, so I have no investment in this at all. Like, I'm rooting for him to die. Like, honestly, the scene with the gun, I'm like, yes, we're gonna end this. He's gonna shoot himself. It's the only responsible way to end this movie. It makes sense. He can't get out of the fucking elevator. You know? Yeah. You don't have, like I said it to you over Discord. I'm like, so they pan out. They don't do like a rolling text of explaining what happened, or or they don't want to pan away from the city more, and then you'll see like an explosion in the background, or you see something to show that the rest of the area is in a bad shape. No, it's just a fucking The End ?
Yeah,
shitbox.
Because I'm sure they were hoping that they can do like a sequel or something like that.
Oh, I hope they didn't do a sequel.
Yeah, I really do hope that they didn't get funding for another one, because this didn't need it. I didn't want to tell you my thoughts before you saw it, because I wanted you to go into, because you love zombie films.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see if maybe it's just me.
No. But I've seen really bad zombie films that were better than this.
George Romero's found footage zombie film was better than this.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It was so weird.
I mean, you saw that one chick's like titties. So
but it still was a fucking awkward movie.
That bumps it up. This one, there's literally nothing. There's nothing. You have a rapist that you have to try to fucking like root for, and I'm like no. But it was the very first thing you said to me. The film was boring.
Oh.
And I
thought the first thing I said was I'm 10 minutes in and it's fucking boring. Oh yeah, okay.
Well, no. I'm saying like after the movie ended, you messaged you like, this is boring.
It was boring. And it sucks. And I said it
is.
sucks because it's in subtitles, so I'm forced to actually watch. Like, I can't do something else. Like,
you have to sit down. You have to read.
You have to sit down and watch it. Yeah.
Going on.
You can't do
so
dishes. I can't do any. I'm stuck now watching this shitbox fucking movie, just waiting for him to die, and he doesn't die, so there's a double disappointment.
Yeah, and that was the whole time I was watching it. It was to the point that, like, while I was watching, because I watched it twice. I watched it the first time and I was like, what the fuck? And I got like a brief thing written, and then I watched it a second time where I can just kind of like go in and just grab like actions that are happening to put in. That was the first. I was like, this film is fucking boring. Like you said, there's so much you could have done with like the limited fucking space of an elevator. No zombies trying to come in from the top of it. No one's skinny enough to
try to go through the top
like,
the first time.
Yeah, like nothing. But then it's like the cinematography was fine.
No, the scenes were fine. It just was a script suck.
The zombie makeup was fucking cool.
Yes, it actually was.
The story, like story-wise, it was just so fucking boring. And then, like I said, Claudio is such a fucking piece of shit that you let him survive. And it's like I said in the beginning.
I know.
I noticed that with the films that we've watched and like covered, the ones made by Italians from Italy, their protagonists are always fucking dog shit garbage people. Always. There's never a good one. Whether it's a guy, he ends up being fucking rapey. If it's a girl, she usually ends up being like stupid and slutty. It's like there's no nuance to their characters. They're super fucking one-dimensional. And it's just I was just it's like this machismo, I take whatever you want type of guy. And I just like how do you expect people to get behind like a cheating sex pest?
I don't know. I guess you just want them to die.
It's like I can understand if this was like French, because it's like their whole thing is Pepe Le Pew, and we all know he's a rapist. You know what I mean?
Terrible.
But Marta told him they were done. Leave her alone. She knows the type of guy that he is, and the games that he plays. She wants no part of it. What does he do? He throws her up against the wall, starts feeling her up, and shit, and gloating that he's married, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
If someone could think that's attractive when someone doesn't.
It doesn't matter if you've slept with someone before.
Doesn't give you.
They don't have to sleep with you again.
No,
like that doesn't mean
like all access pass here.
Yeah, like that's not what that means. And he's the only survivor from that building. Nobody else survived.
Yeah, that's odd.
It doesn't make sense. You had mentioned it before with Sylvia. He wanted her on the team to fuck her because she was a go-getter, meaning like he feels that she's the type of chick that'll suck his dick or fuck him to move up in the company. Like if he just pulls his dick out in front of her, she's like, huh, what? And it's like, well, you want to move up, don't you? It's like, okay. That's what he's hoping for. So this is the guy that we have to root for. She should have survived. The entire film could have been exactly the same.
Yeah, actually it could have.
When she's chased away off screen by the zombies, they should have just left like what happens to her ambiguous, because she had a weapon. She had a golf club, you know? So she
knew
leaves,
how to use it.
They give chase. The rest of the film, she's gone. You think she's dead. So it's Claudio is still the main like person, right? Then at the end of the film, when it's like he's like, I'm a changed man for no fucking reason. When he's picking up his watch or whatever, he runs into Sylvia again, and scared because he's covered in blood, she kills him. It's just an instant reaction, and she fucking kills him. Then it becomes her leaving, going to the bridge, the sniper's saving her and everything, and then you end it that way.
No, we got this dickhead getting out.
We got this. We got a sex pest as the fucking sole survivor of this fucking incident. If his wife is still alive, he'll be brought back, and it's like, well, I mean, Marcelo died for me, and all these people died. I'm gonna have to help repopulate, so I'm gonna have to fucking impregnate all these women. You know, it's like, this is the type of shit that we have. I would have said 3 because the film isn't that offensive, but because they fucked up that initial fucking scares and shit, this is for me, this is a 2. This is a 2 out of 5 for me.
I'll give it a 2. I didn't like this movie at all. I was very, because like
I
was fighting to stay awake. I was like, this is not fun.
Because like it's not as bad as like the ones that we've seen, like the 1 out of 5.
This one was boring.
If they had more scares, if they had more fucking zombies like moving around and shit, had him like get out and like move. Even if like he got out, he had to like he's trying to like find a way out, and he's having to run back to the elevator and hide and like wait and then try to get out again. Something like that. Instead, you kept it there, but you didn't do anything with it. You didn't do any of the scares that could have happened. It's yeah, no. But yeah, so for us, this is a 2 out of 5. What is next? Season 4, episode 10, Followed. Okay, so I picked the end. You picked the next one, and you picked Followed.
Oh, okay.
I think this one I have pretty much finished writing because I've seen this movie before.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was fine.
Oh, all right then.
Like it's okay. Like shit actually happens in this film. You know? So it's like we have that to go off of. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you everybody very much for stopping by the Spooky Horror Show podcast. Remember, links for everything is in the description, and we will see all of you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.